Hello, everyone. Welcome to the read for this upcoming week. We are entering eclipse week on Thursday, the new moon in Aries. So yeah, lots of stuff going on this week. So we kind of talked about that last week about conserving our energy and checking in with our energy because this week was going to definitely be pretty intense energy coming in. Pretty much everything that I've read on it or, seen other channelers and astrologists, everything talking about is just the power-packed intensity that's going to come with this. So, it's a new moon in Aries. It is the second new moon in Aries for this month. So that's also a fairly rare thing. Doesn't happen all the time. What else have we got going on? Solar eclipse itself is also rare. It is what they're calling oh my gosh, I just lost the name of it. Anyway, it's a hybrid. That's what it's called. I didn't write the word down. I was like, oh shoot. So what's happening is it's a total solar eclipse, a partial solar eclipse, and an annular solar eclipse. So those three things don't often happen together. So the energy coming in around it is profound change, transformation. I've been hearing the words total energetic reset. Lots of chance for things like dramatic endings and new beginnings. And then I found this quote, and then I thought it was really interesting because part of the thing that this is building up to as well is that it's a soul activation that's coming through, the energy coming through. And it's like your path is more difficult because your calling is higher. So it's just like, and now is the time we're going to activate and step up and really start putting the stuff into tangible energy or grounded energy. And that's the thing too, is we're heading out of Aries into Taurus season. Taurus is the bull in the astrology, but it really has to do with earth and being centered and grounded and strong and steady. So again, that's an interesting thing. Oh yeah, I forgot. The solar eclipse, when it's a hybrid like that, it is rare because it only happens 7 times in 1 century. So that's kind of interesting fact. Just thought you might want to know that. So it's, and then on the 20th, so as well, the sun squares Pluto. Again, really coming in strong with this dramatic endings, big changes, new beginnings. It's all rebirth energy coming in. And then the next day, the 21st, the Friday, Mercury goes into retrograde. So I think what seems to be coming up with that is like when it goes into retrograde, it's like the RE words. We've talked about this before. Reflect, rest, all of the, just kind of slowing down a bit. So take advantage of Friday. It's going to really, part of the reflect bit of this retrograde is really just kind of reflecting on the past. And what I think that's keying us to do is to, see where things weren't working. And now we have this chance for this reset, this new beginning. And so, it's kind of like, I don't want to say learning from the mistakes of the past, but making sure that, we're not choosing the same old. It's doing the old things that we've always done in new ways. So how do we re-engineer that? The other thing that might come up with that Mercury in retrograde is that you might feel trouble communicating or expressing yourself to others. And I would say instead of trying to force through it, it would be better just to reflect and retreat and go within and just, do a lot of the work for self and not worry about trying to, be out there convincing and swaying or talking about other or to others. Just do your own thing. So yeah, it's the big thing though is that there's definitely big, profound change and transformation coming. So that usually means too, like something has to end, right, for something to begin. So we might see some profound endings or dramatic endings, but like it's that same thing. It's time for us to let that stuff go with love and send it off and start working on the new. So, did I want to say anything else about it? Nope, that's pretty much it. But let's take a look at the cards and see what they say about this week. Judgment is the first card. I awaken to the timelessness of body, spirit, and soul. All illusions are shattered. Yeah. So we're still in this this energy of things being revealed, ending, and being allowed so that the space is there for us to create the new. So we're in this period right now of we just want to, we literally want to hold space and watch what's going on, and take, we still want to take grounded action. Because the other thing that comes in with this is dramatic opportunities as well, like unexpected opportunities, just like all of a sudden something appears that you never would have thought of or a way of doing things. So be prepared for those downloads of information coming in as well. All right, we're going to do one of these, one of the portal cards for the overall like we do, and then we'll get into the week. For the cards I'm using for the week, with the exception of the moon read, because I always use the same cards for that. So, but I'm keeping the cards that we use for Holding Space Sunday. The animal energy, the dragon energy, the nature-y kind of energy. And then was totally, I don't know, just got a download that it was like, and the fairies need to be here, like the stewards of Earth, right? So, they're really active and around right now with spring being here, getting, helping boost the energy, clean up. So we'll see what they want to help us with every day. Yeah. And also, like, that's good magic to call upon yourself if you're having troubles just connecting in nature. Go sit with the fairies and they'll show you some fun stuff. They're mischievous, but they like to have fun. Oh, perfect. Okay. So we also got rediscovery. So this week is completely about the rediscovery. I would say like the younger people when they're on the cards, it's like the inner child, right? But inside, it's interesting, is the goddess statue. So yeah, just new things coming online this week. But it's funny because it's new, but they're old. They're the abilities we had all this time. We just have to rediscover them now, right? Kind of interesting place to be. All right, let's do one portal card. Yeah, because the other thing is this sort of corridor of the eclipses is definitely a big portal, and that will go right through. I think the next eclipse is May 4th. I could be wrong about that, but anyway, we'll get into that as we get into it. But during those 2 weeks, always, like, things are going to shift and change and shift and change. Okay, so we got two cards for the week. We got the Crystal Skull Wisdom, Clarity, Divine Healing, High Vibrational Energy. Okay, so that's just like more answers becoming clear, more gifts coming in. Again, with the theme of Holding Spaces meditation was healing, right? On the divine level, like allowing the divine to heal us and heal ourselves, right? And then we also, this is awesome, we got sacred inner space, sacral chakra, tenderness and sensuality. Yeah, that was, because it did come up in holding space about creating a sacred space. We have a sacred space within us too. So I know sacral chakra is often associated with sexuality, but in this case, what we're being asked, and you can just see it's like, it looks like there's like a lotus, some kind of flower in the middle, right? Sensuality is completely different from sexuality. So this doesn't even need to necessarily involve someone else for you to be with, right? This is about tenderness, being tender and kind to ourselves. And sensuality is like, it's something that's something you can do for yourself, which is just, it doesn't have to be on a sexual basis, but you can have a bath and put rose petals all in there, like, and just make yourself feel that divine comfort and love. So, yeah, we're really being kind of asked to, and I think that's probably what this Mercury retrograde too is, really just getting us to go even further within during these times. So, yeah, that's awesome. I just want to, and again, you awaken to the timelessness of body, spirit, and soul. So everything the illusion that we've been sold, that we're just this meat suit, and then we die, and we have no special abilities except to work 9 to 5 and make some money. Like, none of that is true. That's not what a divine soul is. So it just seems like a week of like really being able to tap in and understand our true nature and rediscovery of our gifts and our talents and our abilities, and just they're all just starting to, it's like spring, it's like shoots are coming out of the ground and budding on the trees. So are we in this spiritual self. So it's very exciting times. I still get the sense from it, though, that even though the energy coming in is going to be intense, we still need to make sure we're doing like fairly restful stuff. We're not like gung-ho getting out of there, because, and make sure that anything we are doing is grounded in nature. Like, that's really coming up strong. So again, if you're struggling with anything during the days of the week, get outside, go within, create a sacred space, either out in nature or in your home. But this just is saying we need the time we're still integrating all this stuff, and just really have those peaceful moments to look at it and embrace it. So, all right, let's get into the week and we'll see what's going on. Okay, taking a look at Monday. And I realize as I'm recording this, it's already passed, but sometimes it's good just to reflect back and see if that's how our day went or not. Yeah. Sorry, I did 4 decks this time, and they're a little tight here, so I'll try to read them well. It is just one card. Didn't realize how thick those cards were. And who knows, sometimes these feel all over the place here, so maybe they're 2 different decks to read. Hopefully not. Okay, so the first card we got for Monday was Unicorn. Indulge your creative, imaginative, and magical side through some form of artistic creation. It's funny because I feel like that came up a little bit in holding space too. So we're, again, just continuing that energy of like dreaming and using these new magic luck skills as they come in. We also got innocence. So to me, that instantly It's just like the intro there about a little bit of rediscovering that inner child, right? The innocence of us all, our pure soul at the heart and soul level is innocent and bright-eyed and, ready to see all the new of the world, all the good of the world. And then we got desire. And I'm just going to read the last card and then we'll put this all together. So visualization is the advice card we got from the fairies. So yeah, this is completely speaking to really just us tapping into this, our creative side and allowing, storyboards, or I did it again, storyboards. They're not storyboards, they're vision boards. But like really being clear about what we desire. What do we desire to see? What do we visualize for the new? With the innocence of a child, like asking for whatever you want, like, and not putting any like caveats on it, right? As adults, that's what we do. We always put caveats on things. It's like, well, I will have this when this happens. It's like, don't do that. Just plain out, go magical, go big, go unicorn. Just like, like I can't say I want a unicorn and it shows up. Like it might happen, but like go big, like dream big. That's what it's saying. So I know Monday's already passed, but I think we'll see in the other coming days. But I feel like it's going to be like they're just nurturing us to like keep dreaming, keep envisioning, keep asking. Like, and again, a lot of the stuff we're asking for right now, it's not physical or tangible. It's emotional. It's spiritual. It's like, I want to see peace. We want to see love. Like, we want to see the embodiment of this on this planet. So, yeah, Monday. And again, you can carry this to any of the days. I strongly suggest we just, sit down and we're either writing out our dreams or making a vision board. Like I said, you can easily do that on the computer, right? And just cut and paste from the internet rather than having to have like magazines and stuff to cut out of. Yeah, that's Monday. Carry this through. Keep being creative. Tuesday. It's an interesting, like, I feel this week. Like I said yesterday, like Monday was like an interesting day because the winds really picked up, and I always find that's like I literally always call them the winds of change, right? So something shifting and changing, like big time. Interesting. Okay, got this. Oh, interesting. Oh. Okay. Sorry. I'll get to them in 1 second. Ooh, that one just. Okay. So we did get this in Holding Space Sunday. The Blue Heron. Make a stand for what you believe in and do what you feel is right, in spite of any judgments or disapproval from others. Yeah, it seems like a lot of like what I'm hearing too is like as we shift and change to these new things, it's interesting because a lot of people say like with this eclipse energy is that some things, habits, people, events are going to eclipse out of our lives too. Like if we don't need them, but if we're not making those decisions, this eclipse will make it for us. So yeah, it's an interesting week to just. We really got to stop. It sounds terrible, caring what other people think when we're on this journey, right? Like it doesn't matter what they think. It doesn't matter what they think. It matters what you think. And the rest of the cards kind of to come into that. So we got grace, watchfulness, and another crane, well, a heron and a crane. And then the last card from the advice from the fairies is look inside yourself. So yeah, definitely as we're heading into this retrograde period of Mercury, it's about like still standing up and speaking your truth and saying what you believe, and not caring or letting it throw you off the track if others are, naysayers or, um, you know, calling you crazy, whatever they're going to do. This is about us and our beliefs and what we believe, and standing up for it and saying, I am willing to stand up for this no matter what anyone says. And I do it with ease and grace and peace and love. And the watchfulness is just that it's okay for us to go inside right now and just be tending to our needs. We're still watching. We're watching what's going on out there. Because you have to remember too that as we're shifting and changing personally, other people in the outside world are going to be doing the same thing, but they're not going to be doing it in the same way that we do it, right? Everybody's going to have their own process. And some people are, they're not going to do it with grace. They're going to all out, like, full out be crazy nut jobs, like just going, like off the rails for them. But that's maybe how they have to get to the place that they need to get to. So just, yeah, watch, observe, tend to yourself, make sure you're looking inside, and make sure you're really like steadfast in what you believe. Yeah, that's Tuesday. Taking a look at Wednesday. Ooh. All right. Yeah, interesting. Okay. Uh, oh, that's really cool. Okay. All right, Wednesday. So this is the day before the eclipse. Okay. So we first got for Wednesday polar bear. Here we go again. Sometimes this starts to sound like a broken record, but stand up for yourself and speak your truth respectfully and compassionately with no attachment to the outcome. And then I'm going to jump. Well, no, the next card we got is beginnings. We can't have this new energy, like start to embody it and embrace it, if we're not able to stand up and say, this is who I am and this is what I believe. We're really being tasked with like stepping into that. And that's funny because then we got the bull. So this Taurus energy starting to come in already on Wednesday. And the word with it is power, right? So we need to start stepping into this new us. We can't just like rest. Again, we're not resting on our laurels. We need to use the gifts that we have been given to, that we should be, utilizing. Oops. Okay. Now we got two cards for this, and it's kind of interesting because it's like the first one was vacation. This is the advice from the fairies, and we also got new location. I don't necessarily know if that means like you need to go on a vacation, maybe. But the interesting thing is like because this is about standing up for ourselves, and new location. This is about the new coming in, right? And so in order to really like, we have to be looking at things, again, it's the old ways we've done things, but doing them in a new way. So don't necessarily feel like this may be like a geographical trip or location switch for you. For some of us, it might be. We might be getting a calling to go somewhere else and at least take a break and go, like if your soul is saying, I need to be by the ocean, you may not go tomorrow or Wednesday or Friday, but even making a plan, right? Like it's part of the vision boarding thing. Make a plan for where you need to go, what you want to see. And that could even be geographically, like where are you being called to? So kind of paying attention to that stuff, but really just, we just got to own what we believe. and we're not, we're not asking people to come our way, that kind of stuff. Like, we're not trying to sway other people's minds. That's when we stand up and it's, respectfully and compassionately say our truth and who we are. And then we leave it. If others decide, hey, I'm like on board with that, and they come with you, then they do. And if not, again, no attachment to the outcome of it. But it's time to just be our new authentic selves, whatever we've discovered that is, right? So these beginnings are here. They're ready for us to step up and take a hold of. We just need to do it. Like, step up. That's like that's the power card, right? The bull. Yeah, it's interesting. I just really get out of this card, though. It's a lot to do with just the new. It's the new way of doing things coming in. So that's Wednesday. Okay, and this is Thursday, which is the day of the new moon in Aries, and it is eclipse day today. So, I spoke a little bit about it at the beginning of the card read. But if you're just watching this separate, let's do a quick review of what this moon is about, and then we'll read the cards about it. So, it's a new moon in Aries. This is the second new moon of this month in Aries. So that's a rare piece to begin with. And today we're also then leaving Aries and heading into Taurus season. The solar eclipse itself is really rare. It's called a hybrid. So it is, it's a total, partial, and an annular eclipse. You can look up what those look like. I know the annular one, I think, is like when you get the ring of fire around it. It's also rare because that sort of combination only happens 7 times in 1 century. And eclipses just in general bring change and shift in the energy, especially when you get that annular, the ring of fire. It's really potent energy. The basics of it are that it's profound change and transformation. And what I was hearing was total energetic resets, like all the new that we've been like working with coming to fruition. So this moon read will be a little bit longer. We'll do the regular moon cards, but let's take a look at these. We're going to take a look with the portal cards as well, because again, it's also a big portal day where things are open and coming in for change. So, all right, okay. I thought that might show up. The sun. So, as we said, like, it came up in Holding Space Sunday for the card, but also this solar eclipse. So there's an event going on with the sun. The energy around it is, I am blessed with the gift of life. I am free to create a life filled with joy, open and connected to God. So again, this is just us strengthening our relationship to the divine and really coming into who we really are, and just starting to shine ourselves, like allowing ourselves to be seen, to be heard, to utilize these amazing gifts that we have and be a part of this amazing light that is coming in, right? Being that container, being that vessel. So, and just really, with Taurus season coming in today too, doing it from embodied, grounded, but allowing that, we've done all this work to create an empty, I don't want to say empty container, but the container needed to be emptied of all those other things that were no longer serving us, that were taking up space, that didn't need, that weren't helping us in this divine journey. So that when the light does fully come in, we're able to anchor it into our body. We have a space for it. Yeah, so we also got the halls of learning, spirit guides, confirmation, and great lessons. So yeah, this eclipse is bringing in further lessons and gifts, I would say too, of the way we do things. So let's take a look what the cards are saying about the overall moon itself and what we're looking at. So as always, we do the moonology cards and the oh my gosh, I forgot the name of this deck, like completely. It's gone. Anyway, it's the ones we always use. Okay. We do 3 of each. Okay. Okay. Still in this phase, so just a big reminder from the universe, your hard work is paying off. Yeah, with this grounded energy coming in, we're going to be able to, like I said, see and understand more of like tangible results of how to work with energy. We also got balance, spirituality, and practicality. So yeah, like and then I'm going to read this one at the same time because we got 2 Pisces cards. Isn't that interesting? The new and the full moon one. Meditate and contemplate. So still making sure we're doing our work, right? Again, really focusing inward a little bit, and making sure, like, as we head into retrograde with Mercury tomorrow, it is about slowing down and just being reflective of like how far you've come. But the universe just wants us to know that it's paying off. Like, we may not have seen a lot of results up until this moment, but now we are going to really start to see things grounded here on Earth and how we use that energy. All right. That came up again. Interesting. Okay, that's good. Okay, perfect. So, first one we got is Spiral Dancer. Circuitous root and perception. Again, perception words come up a couple times in readings last week and things like that. So it is just making sure we're looking at things from a new, or understanding that we're about to look at things from a new perspective. So yeah, it's kind of exciting. We also got, this is awesome because it's total Earth. This eclipse is like really grounding us and our connection to Gaia. So we've got Gaia's garden, fruition, abundance, reaping what you sow, right? So that is always like, that does kind of go back to the overall theme of the moon of like contemplation and meditation. So we're still doing that work where we're envisioning what we want to see. And if we're putting that work in, we're about to be like heavily rewarded for our hard work. So this is kind of nice. This is kind of a nice like moon bringing in this like, it's just like, it's not, we'll never be at completion, right? But it's like nice to see that all this work that we've been doing on ourselves is having some results. Because we also got the Queen of the Light, illumination, enlightenment, celebration. Yay, it's about time. I think everybody, it's been a rough go these last months since January. Like, it's just been back to back shifts and changes and clearing out the old. And yeah, like, I think we're ready for a party. We're ready to celebrate and just, yeah, just like, yahoo. I can't remember what that card was yesterday in Holding Space Sunday where it was like, hallelujah. That's what I said. It's just like, yeah, it's been a grind. It's been a go. It's not been easy, this transformation stuff. So it would be nice to just have a little bit of a celebratory moment. Oops, we got 4. Okay. So yeah, the theme of this moon is just completely coming through as like keep the work going though. The first one we got is attuned to the divine. So in order for us to like, utilize our gifts and see the light that's coming in, we still have to make sure we're tuning in. That's your meditation, our contemplation, those kind of things. So keep up that work. Don't just be like, okay, I did all that. No, I'm just going to take a break. You can take a break at any time, obviously, right? We also got lighten up. I think this just speaks to, like continuing to do the things we've been working on with Holding Space Sunday and things like that. So, literally lightening up in terms of our food, our habits, our, all of those things, like not weighing this physical body down with things that are not good for us, whether that's worry. I had a couple of bouts of, over the weekend and yesterday, just a little bit of worry. Like it's just, like it's a lot going on. So we did get two other cards, and so we got breathe through the tension. So again, do your work, meditate, breathe, get out in nature, keep communing with the divine. We just need to keep that momentum going. And then we also got see the bigger picture. So yeah, it's like these little things are transforming, and we're going to have this nice little reprieve a little bit, but also an insight into what's really coming. So yeah, it also is like I'm picking up that it's again another week of like the universe is in communication with us and is giving us messages through signs and symbols. Yeah, like I've been able to like just ask and ye shall receive like a lot in the last couple of weeks, right? So it's funny because I'll have something awesome happen and I know I'm like, oh, I totally asked for that and look, I got it. Like and it doesn't always come in the way you expect, but it does. I asked for a miracle, and like this, the strangest of things, circumstances happened, and it basically was a miracle because otherwise, I wasn't going to have enough money to pay bills, right? But the universe like switched some stuff up and ended up getting some money in, right? So it's those kind of things, and it's like we just have to keep the faith and keep working on this energy and not rest. Again, don't rest on our laurels. It's like we, and the bottom line that's really coming through is we just need to ask for what you need. Like, don't be afraid to be, I literally said, I need a miracle. Like, that's what I need. And then everything shifted, and it was completely unexpected too. Like, it's not something that would happen in a normal week, but it aligned itself so that it did. But I did ask. I asked. I was like, I'm in a little bit of hot water here. Like, I need a miracle. So, and I got, it's not like this great big thing, but it to me, it was a great big thing. So don't be afraid to ask. Ask for what you need. Like, and even if it's just something simple as like, if you're not understanding your gifts or how things are coming in or signs and symbols, and you're like, just none of this is working for me, ask your guides to make it more clear or send it to you in a way that you will understand. Yeah, it's all about, it's funny as we head into this Mercury retrograde, but it's all about communication. But it's about communication with the divine and with our guides. And that's why it's funny, like the fairies were adamant that they got to be in the deck for the other days. So that's this moon. It's a big one. I would say definitely like the things coming up is that if you're going to do any sort of thing today, like a ritual or a ceremony or whatever you do for the moons, It should really be centered around continuing to be creative and envision and asking for what you want in form of creative projects. So that is the moon. I hope you have a really good night. And yeah, there should be a meditation following this if you're watching it on the moon night. And otherwise, we're going to continue on with the rest of the week for the week read. Okay, and Friday. So today, Friday, is the Mercury goes into retrograde. Normally we associate it with, contracts, shouldn't sign or buy new things during that, and technology can sometimes be slowed down and things like that. So I think for this one though, it's definitely less about those sorts of things, and it's more focused upon us doing those things, like reflect and relax. Just really looking at things from a very grounded, now that we're in Taurus season, grounded perspective, and really starting to implement this rebirth energy that we're in right now. So, because that's, from yesterday, from the eclipse, but also with the sun is square Pluto. So just lots of energy around us, that new beginnings are coming in. So yeah, this death rebirth thing, we're kind of just, right smack in the middle of it for the next few days. So it was funny too, because the cards were like, I switched the cards for the moon, and then it was like, okay, we're going to switch them up for the rest of the week too. It's like, okay. Wasn't expecting that. So for whatever reason, the deck that I forgot the name of, which is the Hidden Realms deck, it really wanted to stick around for this retrograde reading. So the cards are talking to me. Whoops. Wait a second here. Got a couple things coming up. Okay. Yeah. So hopefully it just helps to for us to be just a little more relaxed and calm, looking at the old ways we've done things and then just doing them in new ways. Yeah. Okay, so we got two cards. We first got the River Queen, flow, letting go, and natural movement. So again, this is just like anything we're still attached to or hanging on to, we really need to just allow it to be carried away in the river. Just let it go. Natural movement too. Again, that's starting to come up as we need to be doing more. We just need to be doing more to start to get out into the world, into nature, and move our bodies. So it doesn't mean, you have to start running or go at it, but it's get out there and walk in nature, because as soon as it's starting to get beautiful and the birds are out and it's just, we just need to have that connection almost daily. We also got the Eyes of Beauty, positive expectations and clarity. Clarity's come up a couple times too, so it's interesting because that's nice. It's and it's going back to this, we're getting confirmation of the things that we've been working on, and seeing clearly how they really work, and starting to be able to utilize and move with that, right? So which is funny because the fairy advice is moving forward fearlessly. So yeah, even though it's kind of a juxtaposition, we're saying reflect and rest and that kind of thing, but it's we still got to be doing that work where we're allowing things to be in movement, in flow, so that we are getting this information. And then we also got non-resistance, accepting what is. Yeah, I think sometimes too, it's we're just not, it's not even about pumping the brakes on stuff. It's just oh, I don't know if I'm like, we resist all this change. I mean, because it's big and it's different and it's can be scary, but um, the less we like put up a fight against it and go with the flow, the much easier these days are going to be going forward. So that is Friday. All right, and finally, let's look at Saturday. Yeah, so it feels like kind of, yeah, like a kind of continuation of what we've been doing, but just allowing and accepting a little bit more. Um, yeah, we'll just keep marching through together. Okay, Saturday. Ooh, oops. Okay, interesting. Oh, is this what the card that we got is one of my favorites out of the stack. Ooh, okay, there's three there. Let's see how this is. Okay, the first one we got is the Hawk Prince, spirit communication, paying attention. Again, signs and symbols are coming in. I'm going to jump to the Yantra cards because it also just came up. Intuition, being receptive. So all these things are they're here for us, here for the taking. So we also got self-reliance and dreams coming true. So it's just like all of this stuff is like, it's almost like, I don't like there, it's behind the curtain, but like the curtain is like made of sheer, like it's like you can see it. It's just a matter of us learning to like utilize it and start working this magic. We also got stillness, which is being awareness. So it's just like we're tapping in, we're using our intuition, we're starting to see these things. Um, Everything is coming true, and the self-reliance, I feel like it also needs to say like, and just like it's us trusting ourselves and trusting our gut and trusting the information we're getting and trusting that it is our intuition that's, presenting this stuff to us, right? And our spirit's communication. We're Our guides are like right there to help us, and they're sending us information. The paying attention part is like, if you're asking for signs and symbols, you can't just ask and then forget about it. You need to be looking at things, right? So that's for Saturday. That's good. That's a really energetic sort of spiritual day. Um, yeah, let's do that. We'll close this, wrap this up, and that's Saturday. All right, let's have a look at what the end of the week has to say. Definitely will be back as always for Holding Space Sunday tomorrow, if you're or whenever you're watching this. I guess. My goodness, my brain is like, I don't know. It's not foggy, but it's interesting because I did read that somewhere that like um, as part of that Mercury retrograde, that's like that that sometimes causes some trouble with communication, and then it's okay to just be silent and go within. So, all right. So to finish off the week, we got the Emperor, which is I lead with wisdom, integrity, and virtue. Yeah, it's interesting because it's like as we start to step into this new power, um, we are also being asked to step up and lead. So, and that's like, we're not talking that you need to go out and, get a whole community and lead that community. You may just be energetically in charge of leading two people or one or just your children, your family. So, but just this is kind of just really tapping into the fact that like now that we're seeing all this, like how we utilize our gifts and our energy, um, that it's just a reminder we need to take that also the next step and start to kind of lead others. It's funny because at the beginning of the week, I was really talking a lot about, us standing up and saying what we believe and not caring about what other people think, right? Whatever your belief system isn't going to be somebody else's. But it's sounding like what these cards are meaning to say is that, but it is going to be attractive to somebody that says, again, I align with that. I align with you. Um, let's move forward together. Like it's building new partnerships, new energy, new groups, new communities, right? Which is awesome because the next card we got is unity and the world, all there blessed and held, and yeah, unity. This is the goal we're trying to get to on this planet, is to, regardless of our differences and who we believe and what we believe, and is the coming together of humanity has been the goal of all of this. So, oof, oh my goodness. Okay, I have to read all of these because, as I do. Anyway, so the overall meaning for the week with the portal cards, we got the central sun again, abundance, downloads, regeneration. Regeneration, that's another good re for retrograde. Success. This energy is coming in and it is working. Keep the faith. We also got the I am presence, our light body activation, accessing the divine within. This is very exciting. But then we also got, it's too funny, we got the two of the cards that have the Merkaba on it. So Merkaba activation, transcendence, ascension. You are rising up. These cards are great. And Soul Star activation, fulfilling your soul contract and remembering who you are. This is just, it's just saying this week is all about us fully stepping up into our power and into this new energy, activating that, the I am presence, the light within us. Our Merkaba is it's our way of traveling this universe. Like, so starting to really open up to this, this new beginning, this rebirth of 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 mankind or of humankind. Like, we're doing things in a whole new way, which is why sometimes it's like really difficult to navigate, because we've not any of us have done this before. So, but that's why we're all here together, because we came to unite the planet and the universe and all the beings back together again. So it is happening. It is happening. I go through moments of doubt where I'm just like, this is all BS. But, and then something interesting or fun will happen and bring me right back into the magic and luck of it all, right? From that theme from Sunday. All right. Yeah, we're just here to learn. We're here to love, and we're here to unite this planet. So, yay. Go out and do good work this week. Have a good week, and we'll see you for Holding Space Sunday. Take care. I love you.